Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining this information session today on the Global Community Fellowship with VIA Volunteers in Asia for the summer 2026. Just sharing a little bit about VIA. So our vision is we do envision a global community of leaders collaborating across boundaries to build a more compassionate society to address critical social challenges. And a little bit about our mission. We do have a few programs that you can find on our website, but our programs are designed for the next generation of social impact leaders. We leverage around 6 decades of experience leading Asia and US-based experiential learning programs that encompass self-reflection, creative problem-solving, and cross-cultural connection. Through our programs, we're able to equip our participants to become social impact leaders with skill sets and mindsets to address complex human challenges. Sharing a little bit about VIA's history. So VIA Volunteers in Asia, we were founded in 1963 at Stanford University. It was a program that began as a club designed for university students to develop cross-cultural understanding and empathy through service projects in Asia. The first program we launched in 1963 was actually sending 30 freshmen from Stanford University to Hong Kong, where they provided service learning through service projects, working with refugees, teaching English, and building homes for about 3 weeks or so. We began that summer of 1963 and continued on for the next few summers, where we began to send more students from Stanford University to Asia. Spreading across not only in Hong Kong, we began to do our programs all across Asia in countries like Hong Kong, China, Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, and we began to really spread our base. In about 1977, we began to do our programs a bit longer than just a few weeks in the summer. It evolved into fellowships that lasted anywhere between a year to 2 years long. And again, in 1977, that's when we began our programs in the Bay Area. We had a lot of partnerships with universities and nonprofit organizations all across Asia, and they expressed a large interest in sending their participants over to the US. That's when we began our cross-cultural exchange. So in 1977, we began to welcome students from all across Asia to come to the Bay Area for the same kind of programming based on cross-cultural skills and exploring Silicon Valley's innovative approaches and addressing social challenges. Now, fast forward, we are celebrating our almost 65th anniversary history, but we are an independent Bay Area nonprofit based here in Palo Alto, California. We still work very closely with Stanford University as a few other universities all across California and the United States, and also today working with the University of Oregon. Now we provide programs, over 15 different programs every year that facilitate workshops and events for over 300 participants annually here in Silicon Valley, as well as in Indonesia, Japan, Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia, and a few other countries all across Asia. So just a little bit more about our community. As I mentioned, we are a 60-year-plus old organization. We have over 10,000 members in our alumni base, spread over, I think, almost 30 different nationalities now, representing primarily in the US, in East and Southeast Asia. So just sharing a little bit more about our opportunities today. Today we'll be sharing a little bit about our Global Community Fellowship, which is a program where it was designed where we're sending students and young professionals from across the United States to work in Asia for our nonprofit partners that we work with. Our Global Community Fellowships usually last anywhere between a few months to 1 to 2 years. They're usually based at local universities and NGOs in East and Southeast Asia. And participants get an opportunity to gain hands-on experience with organizations using innovative methods to address social challenges and focus on social impact. Your work is designed to support capacity building and community development projects here at those nonprofit organizations in Asia. You're also working anywhere between designing and facilitating education programs to working in different fields such as marketing, business development, etc., to address access and equity needs. Our global community fellowship posts are based in different organizations such as universities, NGOs, and community-based organizations, social enterprises, and university and career readiness programs. The locations we're currently based in are in Thailand. We also work a lot with the Burmese community, although you will be based in Thailand working with that. Also in Japan, Indonesia, and Malaysia, which I'll share a little bit more later on in this information session about those opportunities. Your focus areas are in social entrepreneurship, community development, intercultural competence, and empowering marginalized and at-risk communities. So sharing a little bit about our opportunities today, we do have global community fellowships available next summer. They will take place anywhere between mid-June to about mid-August, between 6 to 8 weeks in 3 different countries, in Japan, in Indonesia, and in Malaysia. I'm going to share a little bit about our opportunities available in Japan right now. So we have 5 organizations available in Japan that are willing to host fellowships this next summer. The 5 organizations are in Manabito, Peacemaker Project, Katariba, Parakan, and Aya NPO. All of the organizations I'm sharing today in our 3 countries that we have available are partners with VIA, where we work with them in various capacities. And I'm going to share a little bit about each organization, starting with our organizations in Japan. So Manabito is a certified nonprofit in Kobe, Japan. They're offering a 6 to 7 week in-person fellowship in the summer 2026. This fellowship is only available for female identifying undergraduate students. The work you will be doing, you'll be supporting multicultural and youth development program alongside Japanese university students and international residents. The fellow placed at this organization will gain hands-on experience facilitating inclusive after-school programs, Japanese language classes and activities, and community activities that foster belonging, cross-cultural learning, and grassroots social impact in Kobe, Japan. The next organization that we have is the Peacemaker Project. This fellowship will be based in Fukuoka, Japan. The Peacemaker Project is offering an 8-week in-person summer fellowship in 2026 for 2 to 5 undergraduate students. The work that you'll be doing, you'll be designing and facilitating their international and education and youth leadership programs all across Japan that are partnered with organizations in the United States, in Malaysia, and in Thailand. In this role, you'll gain hands-on experience in cross-cultural facilitation, curriculum design, and youth mentorship while working closely with Japanese university students and high school participants in their pre-departure training in global leadership camps and community exchanges. The next organization we have is Katariba. Katariba will be based in Tokyo. It is an 8-week in-person fellowship in the summer 2026, and this is available for 2 to 4 undergraduate students. You'll be working to support their youth-centered education and community programs that address opportunity gaps among Japanese teenagers. You'll gain hands-on experience as a youth worker as a mentor and facilitating their after-school activities, their dialogue, and project-based learnings in space that helps teens build confidence, resilience, and career pathways, and personal development into their future. The fourth organization that you have an opportunity to work with is Paracan. This is based in Chiba, Japan, which is right outside of Tokyo. So Paracan is offering an 8-week in-person summer fellowship in Kashiwa, Japan, which is a district in Chiba, and this is available for one undergraduate student. You'll be supporting their inclusive education and community engagement programs through parasports and disability children programming. The fellows, you'll gain a hands-on experience facilitating their adaptive sports activities and co-developing a new Japan and US sports exchange program that promotes disability inclusion, youth empowerment, and cross-cultural connection. And the last organization that we have available in Japan is with Aya NPO. Aya NPO is offering a 6 to 8 week summer fellowship for anywhere between 1 to 3 undergraduate fellows or recent graduates to support their inclusive cultural and experiential programs that are designed for children with illnesses and disabilities and their families. You'll be working on special international program that's focused in sending their participants to Los Angeles. The fellows in this role will gain experience in their program design, nonprofit management, and cross coordination while working closely with the organization, helping advance disability and health equity at a national and international scale. So those are the opportunities that we have in Japan. The next ones I will go into are our opportunities in Indonesia. So in Indonesia, we have 3 nonprofits that are willing to host fellows for the next summer. The first organization is the Suwandi Foundation. The Suwandi Foundation is located in Bali, Indonesia. So Suwandi Foundation is offering an 8-week in-person fellowship in Tulamban, Bali. And this is available for up to 5 undergraduate students. You'll be supporting their nonprofit operations, their service learning programs, and their community-based education programs. Suwandi is an organization that provides a full-day school and after-school program for children from low-income communities in Indonesia. You will gain experience on work helping with their nonprofit and their long-term and short-term development. You'll also be working in coordinating the other volunteers that are joining the organization that summer. And you also work in the cross-cultural education aspect, working with the Balinese staff and international participants to help sustain their programs and provide a program that's community-driven, focused on social impact. The next organization we have is Pusat Rehabilitasi Yakum. We call it Pri-Yakum for short. This is based in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. So Pri-Yakum is offering an 8-week in-person fellowship in Yogyakarta for 2 to 4 undergraduate students or recent graduates to strengthen their business awareness in their prosthetic and orthodontics unit. Pri-Yakum is an organization based in Yogyakarta where they provide programs for youth and adults with mental and physical disabilities. In this role, you'll be collaborating with the Pri-Yakum staff and their Indonesian students counterpart staff to develop a practical business plan and marketing strategy for the organization. You'll be gaining hands-on experience working with disability inclusive development, their social enterprise, all in a cross-cultural organizational learning context. And the last organization that we have available in Indonesia is actually a university. It's the University of Gadjah Mada, which is also based in Yogyakarta. So University of Gadjah Mada is offering a 7-week in-person fellowship in Jogja for up to 5 undergraduate students. You'll be participating in their community engagement and sustainability program. This is a 7-week program. If you do look into our website and look at the participation details for this program, you can see the week-by-week tasks that you'll be doing, but you'll be focused on working alongside other University of Gajah students and the local community in working with the service learning programs, sustainability initiatives, and you'll also be doing a 2-week community radio internship at the organization where you'll gain hands-on experience in global development, public service, and cross-cultural collaboration. Final country that we have opportunities available is in Malaysia. In Malaysia, we'll be working with an organization called Upcycle for Better, U4B for short. And U4B is offering an 8-week in-person summer fellowship in Selangor, Malaysia, which is about a 2-hour trip from Kuala Lumpur. This is available for up to 4 undergraduate students or recent grads to help support the sustainability education program, their textile upcycling operations, and community outreach. Upcycle for Better is a social enterprise based in Selangor. The work that they do is they provide recycling education through textile industry. So you will have an opportunity to work on the circular economic practices, the environmental education, and collaborating alongside the local staff and volunteers to advance social or community-based solutions to textile waste. Just sharing a little bit about some profile of our previous alumni. As I mentioned, we're an organization that's 60 years deep. Carrie is one of our recent alumni, so you can see the programs that Carrie has done before. So Carrie was able to be a fellow with us for one of our organizations that was based in Myanmar at that time when we could still go into the country. Carrie also joined a few other programs, including our Accelerator, which is another program that VIA does. So Carrie was able to be involved with our programs based in a few countries, and she's also working in our alumni committee now. So these are usually the profile of the students and young professionals that we work with. Just wanted to share kind of a sample background for you all to refer to in terms of the background experience, the education, and the student profile that we're looking for when we're recruiting for our applicants. Breaking it down just to what we look for in our new fellows, we're looking for fellows to join our program that are wanting to learn program management skills, focused on programs that are human-centered and community-driven. Our programs are designed around project-based learning, so many of our fellowships, you'll be working in a particular project that's focused on a particular skill set or a need or a social impact need that the organization needs. You may be involved in teaching and mentoring across cultures, so not just working with students in an international organization or basis, or people from your own community, but also working with the local community. And as you can see, many of our fellowships are based in East and Southeast Asia, working with nonprofits focused on social impact. So I want to share a little bit about our application timeline and our next steps. So there is a QR code on the left, and that if you do scan the QR code, it goes to the website for our application. You're also welcome to click on the link, and I'll be sharing this presentation with the University of Oregon staff for them to share with you for your own reference. But you're welcome to visit our website viaprograms.org and click on Global Community Fellowship Short Term, which you'll be able to see all of the details of each of the organizations I have shared in the last few slides. If you click on the participation details, you'll be able to see each of the organizations, and clicking on each of those organizations will pull up the post description for that fellowship, where you can see a more in detail job description for the role that you will be applying for. Right now, we have our priority deadline for the application set for February 22nd. This coincides with this with the Freeman Fellowship scholarship that is also available for you all to apply. We will begin our interview rounds in March, maybe in late February, depending on if we receive your applications early enough. Just in case that we do not receive enough applicants for us to field a sustainable, good amount of candidates for our organizations to interview, we may extend our deadline through March and April, up until April 22nd if needed. As I mentioned, our interviews will be in March. Once we go through our interviews, which be anywhere between 2 to 3 rounds of interviews, where you will be interviewing with VIA, and then you'll also be interviewing with the host organization. We will let you know if you've been accepted to the program by late March, if not sooner. After you've been accepted to the program, in April through June, we'll be working with you on your pre-departure preparation, and then you'll be set to start your fellowship in any of those countries and those organizations that you applied to in about mid-June, which should be a little bit right after you finish your semester at school. As I mentioned, most of these programs are anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks long. So you will be finishing your fellowship around mid-August at the latest. So you should have time for a little bit of settling down before you begin your next semester of school, if you do have a next semester to go into. One other thing to mention is in June, before you start your fellowship, you will have an on-site orientation with the host organization that you'll be working for, in which VIA will help you facilitate as well. One other thing I would like to mention is for the Freeman Fellowship application, which I'll go into right now just to share a little bit more. So the Freeman Internship Fellowship is a scholarship that you all are available to apply for as a University of Oregon student. All of the fellowship opportunities I mentioned in the previous slides, all the expenses have been catered to this fellowship provision. So we have designed each program for it to be fully covered by the fellowship should you apply and be able to get accepted by the program. So just sharing a bit about the Freeman Fellowship. The fellowship scholarship offers up to $6,500. It's about 8 weeks that it covers. If you do apply for a program that's less than 8 weeks, 6 to 7 weeks, that amount will be prorated, but we're working with the scholarship as well for that to be fully covered. It's open to all majors and minors, and it's available to University of Oregon undergraduate students or graduate students. The features are that you must be a U.S. citizen and a permanent resident, and you do need to have a GPA of at least 2.75. The application deadlines, the first one's already passed, but the second deadline is February 22nd, and that's for spring and summer internships. So I would suggest if you are applying to the our VIA fellowships that you do also apply to the February 22nd one, just so you may be able to get some priority. There's a little misprint on the slide, but the final deadline for the summer internship scholarship is on April 22nd. So that aligns with the extension date that we have set if we need to extend our application deadline for our VIA fellowships. Now, for the Freeman's fellow application, if you are applying, you should mention that you have submitted your VIA application in the application for the Freeman Fellowship, and that you will provide an acceptance letter by a certain date. I think there is a section in the Freeman Fellowship application where you can write this out. The Freeman Committee will review your application as soon as as soon as we share with you your acceptance letter. So for that date, I guess you maybe a good time for you to list is that you can list it by April 1st, 2026. And that's if you plan on submitting your VIA application by February 22nd. As I mentioned in the previous slide, if you submit by 22nd, we will begin the interview process in late February, early March, and you should know your status if you've been accepted to our fellowship by mid-March to late March. That being said, once you do accept or receive our acceptance letter, you can go ahead and share that acceptance letter with the Freeman Scholarship folks as you apply. And one more thing is for the Freeman Fellowship, you're welcome to scan this QR code to apply for that as well. But I do believe that the University of Oregon staff departments will also be sharing these details with you as well. If you have any questions about the fellowships that we have available next summer, you're welcome to email me. My email is wallace@viaprograms.org. I'm happy to share more about the programs that we have available next summer. If you have any questions, I can also always schedule a one-on-one call to answer those questions for you. As I mentioned, if you want to learn more and apply, please do visit our website at viaprograms.org and go to the Programs tab and click Short-Term Global Community Fellowship. Now, I think usually a lot of people are asking, oh, how are these fellowships looking like? What are these, activities and programs that VIA does? What does that look like in person? We do have a lot of social media accounts for you to be able to follow and take a look at our programs. I do think a picture is worth 1,000 words. If you're able to follow us on Facebook or take a look on our Instagram and our YouTube, all our handles are right there. I would say probably the best way to see our programming is through our Instagram. So take a visit and take a look, and you'll be able to see kind of how our programs work in person through our photos and videos that we have shared in our social media accounts. And just to round it up, as I mentioned, our Global Community Fellowships next summer will take place from mid-June to about mid-August. We are accepting the applications now, so the application link is open. Those summer posts are available in Japan, Indonesia, and Malaysia. The online info sessions, we had one last week and we're having one right now. We'll also be sharing this recording on our website, and this recording will be shared with the University of Oregon staff, and they'll share that with you again if you would like to have another view. One final note is our priority deadline is February 22nd, so I encourage you to apply before or that deadline if you can. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And the QR code that we have on the screen, you're able to scan it as well to apply for the fellowship opportunity. The application takes about 20-30 minutes to fill out. There have been a few questions from students that joined the information session last week asking about recommendation letters and how to submit them. If you look in the participation details of the website page, it will list instructions on how you can submit those supporting documents that help with your application. And again, you can always reach out to me if you have any questions. So that does conclude our information session today. Thank you all for joining, and I do hope that you all will apply to our fellowships. Thank you all for joining today. I appreciate your time.